My God. Hi, Angelina Sparkling Diva. I forgot it. I am going to turn the camera around in a minute because I'm going to do a reading for you for August. A love reading for August. And because I have to turn the camera around, I have to set it up for the reading. So you're going to see the cards in a minute, and then the light is on. And now it's shining in my eyes. I'm completely blinded again. Anyhow, the reason I'm showing you me, I hope my head isn't cut off anywhere. I can't tell, right? Before I start reading, the love reading for August, I want to tell you about my upcoming challenge course, mini course, 5-day course, Shortcut to Love, the Bridge it's called. And it's the second one I'm doing, but you can do it. It's a standalone, so you don't have need to have done the first one in order to sign up for this one. Not at all. You can just sign up. What we're going to do in this one, in the second one, is really so interesting because we're going to look at a lot of things, of course, but we're also going to look at how ready you truly are for a relationship, for a steady, committed relationship. Because the thing is, I remember myself when a number of years ago, I thought I was ready. I wanted to be ready, so I was focusing on attracting that. And then I started doing what I'm going to teach you to do, how you are going to find out in this course. I did that myself, checked in with myself to see if I was actually really ready. And I was shocked to discover that actually I wasn't. When I tuned into it, it was like a steady, regular, committed relationship, as in also living together. I was like, whoa, no way, no way, right? Exclusive dating, that was cool, but so in that sense, a steady partner, that was fine. Living together was whoa, no. While my head, my ego in my head wanted that. But yeah, the head and the heart are not, well, many times not in sync. So while we are, most of the time, most of us, I suppose, are looking for such a relationship, a regular, steady, committed relationship, moving in together and maybe even getting married, etc., etc. And we're looking for that. Well, what if you are indeed looking for that and then deep down in your heart, you actually aren't ready for that? Then you are not going to manifest that. Then you're not going to attract these partners, right? And since the course is for women, I'm going to talk about men. Then you're not going to attract men that are ready for a committed relationship. Then you're going to end up in relationships that either go wrong, or you keep attracting the wrong person, the wrong kind of man, players, losers, or whatever. Right, so it's really quite important to know what you truly are ready for, right? And we're gonna find out. You're gonna find out about that in Shortcut to Love, the Bridge. How ready you truly are, and then you know, and then you can actually work on attracting what you are ready for, and slowly begin building up to more, to getting ready for more. We also, of course, are going to work on experiencing feminine energy. And what that feels like, how to tap into it so you can actually use it, so you just feel better, right? In life in general, but also in love. When it comes to love, very important that you can tap into that. We're also going to deal with learn how to deal with love-related stress. For instance, when you are dating someone and he hasn't phoned you yet, or hasn't phoned you in 3 days, and oh my god, I'm pulling my hair out, what am I going to do? And then you start staring at your phone almost 24/7, right? And what am I going to do? If you're not really empowered, you will likely then phone him or text him. And we're gonna just work on that as well, how you can deal with that so you don't completely flip and lose it, and you know. And yeah, there's gonna be other stuff as well. It's gonna be really good. If you're interested in that, you know, then check out my website, sparklingdiva1111.wordpress.com. I will stick the link to my website underneath the video as well, in the description box, where I always put every bit of info. So sparklingdiva1111.wordpress.com, and then check under courses, it's called Shortcut to Love, the Bridge. Right, alrighty, then I'm gonna get up and move the camera and stand and camera everything around so you can see the card, and we're gonna begin the reading. Well, before I begin, I would actually like to show you this. This is my setup. I've got my one gladiola from my garden that broke in the, well, it was quite stormy yesterday. And I put it indoors. There is my jug of water that I charged with the water crystal cards, oracle cards. My sang bowls are there, and I'm burning some essential oils there. Rosewood, I put rosewood in it, it's really nice. And all the oracle cards and tarot cards, and right, so, and there is the decks. I just wanted to show you that. I forgot, before I put the stand on the table, I have to show you the sets. Because you can't see all fours. It might be a bit wobbly, that's just me. I always wobble a tiny little bit. From left to right it's 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 from left to right. The first set has got a Venus of Willendorf, Sunstone Goddess. The second, if you are drawn to that, is a Black Obsidian Cat. The numbers 3 is a Carnelian Heart. And for the numbers 4 is Stellar Beam Calcite. And look at the, I thought we were going to need an angel, so a clear crystal angel, selenite and rose quartz are there as well. Righty. Righty, we're going to start right away. The Venus of Willendorf. The numbers 1 for August, what you can expect. We have 3 cards. We have childhood, we have the innocence, we have ebb and flow, and then we have veiled. I feel that when it comes to love, if you're going to meet someone this month, or maybe if you're already dating someone, you have to be a bit, just a little bit careful. Just go with the flow, keep it light-hearted, keep it fun, keep it playful. Don't expect too much just yet. Right, I'm not saying at all with whomever, but just now in August, for August, just keep it light-hearted and keep it fun, playful, go with the flow, don't push for anything, don't push for an outcome. That's very important. Do not push for an outcome, because certain things are just not clear right now at this moment. It's just not clear. And until you have that clarity, it's just really important that you don't really try to forge ahead and push for an outcome. Yeah. You have to wait until that veil lifts a little bit, and there's going to be more on that, and that will explain it a bit further, because from this, what you still have to learn or let go of, or what just is really important right now, this month in August, right? You have Medea, deception. So again, we have veiled and we have deception. Sorry, and the deception card of Medea, I'll have to get the message with that. Yeah, it is really important that you yourself are open and honest, but it's also very important that you are, that whomever you engage with is also open and honest, and they might not be. They might not be. You might get the wool pulled over your eyes. And it's really important that you are honest, and also just beware of that, that you are aware of that. And that ties in really well with that thingy, the veiled card. Because, yeah, it's something's going on. Something's really going on. And yeah, that card, the deception card, from it speaks of trickery, or playing a blame game. And yeah, just about deception, that you have to also be honest with yourself. That you also have to be honest with yourself. And that you don't build up something that is, get involved in something that it will in the end turn out to be built up on illusions or lies, or stuff that isn't honest or whatever, smoke and half truths and that sort of stuff. So really, that's why it's very important that in August you go with the flow, don't push for an outcome, and keep it light and playful. And yeah, also with this, the romance angels, again, flirt is also light-hearted, playful. Just enjoy it. That's fine. That's fine. You can enjoy it as long as you make sure that you don't get too sucked in, because we also have the codependency card, and that also, to me, in a way, also like feels like if you get really involved with someone, if you meet someone, and they are not honest or something is off about that situation, yeah, then you're going to get hurt. And as soon as you're involved, you do, in a way, people tend to get a bit dependent on the other person, right? Because you invest. So, yeah, just beware. I just really feel that you have to beware. You have to stay optimistic about your love life for sure. So it's not like you have to get all like, oh my God, just stay optimistic about your love life. Just in August, just be really careful and keep it very light-hearted. And the funny thing is, when I got a card of what can help from the Earth Wisdom Oracle, we got clear aura. Clear your aura. So also to cleanse your aura from negative stuff. From, yeah. So it's like, what? And let me see which, I have to get the book to see which crystal goes with that. Where is it? Here we are. 777. So this speaks about making sure you have routines to cleanse yourself from things. As in practice good spiritual hygiene, just as you practice physical hygiene. And it also says that you have to spend time with people and things, or go to places that raise your vibration, which is also at the same time a great way to shake the aura free of unwanted etheric debris or debris. So develop practices like that, like a hungry toad will take care of spiritual pests and insects and keep your aura pure. So there's something will be going on for you if you choose this. Something is going to go on for you in August. The plant here is pennyroyal, or royal, I suppose you say in English, which cleanses the aura, raises vibration, and protects against spiritual pests. And the stone that comes with this is bloodstone. Is a very powerful cleanser as well. So yeah, again, it just really gels together that way. And then I drew a number of cards from the Wildwood Tarot to see what is why. What's behind that? Why? And then we got the Queen of Arrows, and this is really yeah, it's just quite amazing. Let me get the thingy. The Queen of Arrows is about that there could still be lingering pain, but it's also about facing unpleasant truth. So again, it kind of, yeah, an indication again of something not being right. And the truth needs to be spoken to avoid misunderstanding. So it can also be that. Right, that you have to, with the veiled stuff, that that you have to be honest and open, speak the truth, so you really understand each other, so there is no miscommunication, so things clear up, so that fog clears up. But it looks like in August is not really going to be the right time to do that. Yeah, and this also speaks of, let me find that, because it's so nicely written in the book, and of course I can't find it now. Yeah, that you may need to, that there could still be some pain lingering, old pain, and that you may need to break free from old bonds and find new rivers in which to swim if you are to move beyond this place of darkness and loss. So it can also be about something that is still lingering with either you or that other person, something from the past that you're not quite over yet, and maybe you don't want to tell them about that, and then build something new on that, without really being open and honest that actually your heart is still not healed yet or something. It is possible. I'm not saying that's it. It is just a possibility. In this sense, this is also, for me, I feel a warning. Just be cautious. Just be cautious. And there's no reason to be afraid. It's just don't get involved. Don't keep it light. Just really keep it light. And then I asked 2 more questions as what you should do or could do. And again, then I feel that with the ancestor, follow your heart's calling. This is basically like a portal, these 2 birches. And if you go through there, you can't really go back anymore, in the sense that once you... well, it's an example. Let me give an example. Once you have learned to read and write, yeah, right, and you walk through these portals of learning that, you can never unlearn that anymore. Once you commit to someone, and if you want to undo that, and when it turns out to be, when something is off or they're not the right one for you or whatever, you can't really just undo that just like that. It's going to hurt. So make sure that you follow your heart's calling, your soul's calling, right? This is what she's doing. She's playing that drum, and that drum, the beating of the drum, the sound of the drum is your soul's calling. So stay tuned in to your soul's calling. Be honest with yourself as well, right? Don't get involved in something just because you want to feel better, maybe if you still are suffering over something else or whatever. The time is just not right. And you have to be balanced. Like this heron, he is balanced because he's standing in that water on one leg, yet he is stable and solid, even though that water is streaming really quite fast. And there was this other thingy about this heron as well. I believe also dependency, yeah. This can also speak of dependency, which then goes back right to the codependency card. So you must be aware. Beware that you don't become dependent or codependent. You know what you get yourself into before you go through that portal, so to speak. Make sure it's your soul calling you and not your hurt ego or whatever. Just be careful this month. Just be careful. Just keep if you're gonna meet someone, or if you are with someone already, then maybe you're gonna have a bit of an odd time now in August. And it's just really important that you're open, that you're honest, and keep things light-hearted. Don't push for any outcomes. And that. And you can just still enjoy it, right? You can still have fun. It's not like you have to now get seriously concerned or anything. As long as you keep your wits about yourself and remember the message to keep it light-hearted, to keep it playful, you can enjoy this month for sure. You can absolutely enjoy it. It is what we have this card here as well. Stay optimistic about your love life. So it's not like pay attention to red flags or anything, right? Stay optimistic about your love life. Just don't get too sucked into anything before you really know is right. And like I said, if you're in a relationship or already seeing someone, then also pay close attention that it is the right thing you're getting yourself involved in. Or if you're already in a steady relationship, then it might just be a bit of a veiled months, like, yeah, miscommunication, misunderstandings, etc. Alrighty. I hope that resonates. In a way, it would be great if you could come back at the mid-August or end of August to see if it then resonates, right? Because now you may not even know what's going to come up. because it's not August yet. And it's basically, it's August, it's for August, right? This is not like, oh, this is going to be your life for the next 2 years or something. This is about August. And we're going to have a lot of energetic shifts in August. So this is not really weird to have something like this come up. Righty, then I'm moving on to the numbers 2. Otherwise I might run out of time with the video. I don't want that. Thank you for watching. Alright. Numbers 2, who chose the black cat, the obsidian black cat. Let's see for... oh, right. Oh, I was a bit confused there. Yeah, this is really interesting. Yeah, it's always interesting, so I keep saying that. It's completely pointless. But we have the Miriam. They are twin flame angels. They come as one, so to speak. And they came to Mary Magdalene after Jesus had passed, and they helped her heal and her grief, etc., so she could then communicate with Jesus again and heal. Sacred vision. It's about sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all and in everyone. Remember that love has no boundaries. And then there we have this card. Oh my God, I'm not going to even dare pronounce that. If there's any Irish or Scottish people watching, please tell me in the comments how to pronounce this. This is an Irish goddess, and I'm not certain. Fomnach? I don't know. I really don't know. You know, if you're Irish or Scottish, you're probably laughing your head off. Envy. This is envy. And this is going to be a bit tricky to explain. This speaks of being very obsessive about something. And let me get the thingy with it. Because I showed you these two at the same time, because I feel they go together, they tie in together. Even that these are two twin flame angels coming as one. I mean, envy, just what if that one is jealous of the other one, or she's jealous of the other one? It's like, you know, and I feel that's a bit of the vibe of this reading, and really kind of weird. And this card flew out twice when I was shuffling, so it really wanted to come out. This says that there is something you desire so strongly that nothing else matters, and that in fact your obsession for possession has blinded you to unseen factors that could accompany the attainment of your desire. And that maybe you don't even recognize anymore who you actually truly are. And wish that you could be that happy-go-lucky person again that you once were before that green-eyed monster began to rule. And it could be about something that has been festering since childhood, like envy, jealousy, like that kind of thing. And with this energy, this goddess will expose these lower agitations, and you will have no choice but to learn how to accept that what you desire in this way is not yours for the taking. And it's time to basically also then rejoice in the talents and the beauty of other people, which is what this card is about as well. See the light in all things and in everyone. And not envy or be jealous. See the light. That's what she comes to say as well. Time to rejoice in the beauty and talents of others instead of fearing their success. There's nothing to fear. Right? Remember that there is no such thing as competition when it comes to your life purpose. And there truly isn't. You know, in love it's the same thing. If someone is meant to be with you, and if someone is meant for you, there is no competition. No other woman or man can steal that partner away from you. And if someone can, then they weren't the right one for you to begin with. And therefore it says that instead of trying so hard to capture attention, allow your inner light to shine. And that's what this card says as well. Allow your inner light to shine. Like Mary Magdalene couldn't do that anymore either after Jesus had passed. And then they came to help her heal, so she felt better again, and then she could shine her inner light again. So there's something going on in that area in one way or another that makes you feel that way. That, yeah, or this is going to come up and going to happen to you. But I think it's actually something that has already happened for most of you, at least. A situation where you, where that happened to you, where that left you feeling like that, in a way. And it also says stop manipulating other people's free will. Your life path is yours to own. Yeah. Anyhow, we're gonna look to the into the other cards, see what they have to say. And we have from the Earth wisdom, we have strength. And again, that is also unbelievable because the juniper, this is juniper and tiger's eye. This, with that card. Each of these cards has a plant and a crystal with it as well. Juniper eliminates self-destructive tendencies, encourages prosperity and provides protection. So it speaks of self-destructive tendencies. Well, envy, jealousy, and any vibration or feeling like that is self-destructive. So again, it comes up. So really have to work on that and let that go. It's just not necessary. You don't have to be envious of anything. You are worthy. You really are worthy. You don't have to be afraid of losing something. Like I said, if something or someone is meant for you, they will be with you, they will stay with you, or they will come back to you. You can't never ever lose someone or something that is meant for you. You can't. And if you then do lose someone to another lover, or maybe, then and it becomes clear that they are not the right one for you, then they weren't meant for you. And that is painful, but you just really have to accept and let go and move on. And somehow that's going to come up in August. Could have to do with the energies that will still be going on in August, because we still have the Lionsgate. We will get a full solar eclipse, I believe on the 11th of August. And that's going to be a very powerful one. So it could be that it's, because of that, it's going to come up. Then we have passion and from the romance angels and healing family issues. So likely there is indeed someone in your life, or going to come someone in your life with whom you feel that passion. But I'm not certain. I actually feel it's more about you being able to feel this passion again in general. Not envy or jealousy or not worthy or not good enough and whatever. But you yourself, that shining your light again, being able to shine your light again, so you can then also find your passion again, and then your heart and your soul will sing with joy. And that's the healing. Maybe your love life will benefit as you forgive your parents. Maybe it has something to do with that. It can be inner child issues, or maybe it's a pattern that is in your family that you copied from your mother or your father or whatever. Also, the way our parents' relationship works or worked affects how we ourselves are and deal with love relationships, because they are our first role model. So maybe there is something there for you to look into. It speaks of healing. It does speak of healing. In any case, I looked into what was behind all this to see if we get clarity, and I'm not going to spend an awful lot of time on reading it because it's a lot of cards. But we have the empowerment and the Ace of Arrows, the Breath of Life. Then we have the Death card in Default Tarot, the Journey, Decision, and the King of Bows, the Edda, and Frustration, Five of Arrows. I really feel that what is behind this is something that happened that you really invested in. You really invested in that. And you were really quite certain you were going to get it, that you hit the mark, or maybe you were trying to control that situation to get it. In any case, you were certain about having that, which basically comes back right away to this, right? Having something, being obsessive about something almost, maybe not that strong for you, but in that direction. And that kind of reeks of control, even though you may not like to hear that. But we all have these things at certain phases in our lives. But it went wrong. Whatever it was, you thought it was great, it was wonderful, you wanted it, you were really completely focused on it, you were really going for it. You may have had other options and dumped these other options, you were really going for that one. And then it went wrong. Then it went completely horribly wrong. And it wouldn't surprise me if that other person, because I do think this is about a love relationship, that the other person moved on with someone else. So meaning you invested in them completely, gave up basically everything for them, and then they dumped you or something, or they chose someone else over you. And that caused this. But also, yeah, and this as well, like anger, because you basically had decided, very passionate, fiery, that you were going for it, and then it went wrong, and then look at a man's face. He's not particularly happy, is he? And I think he put up quite a fight trying to work it out, or because this is about a struggle for dominance. That's apparently what these male adders tend to do at a certain time of year, that they do this power struggle for dominance. So I think you wanted to try to work it out, to get on top of that situation, to maybe if this was your relationship, that you try to win them back. And then try to maybe be better or sexier or prettier or sweeter or whatever than the one that they dumped you for. Try to win them back or something. And if not, it did cause an awful lot of turmoil within, right? I mean, look at that. The snake coiling and that doesn't feel nice if that's what your inner processes are like. And again, this is also poisonous snakes. Poison, envy, jealousy. It didn't make you feel too good. And it led to an awful lot of frustration. And I do really think that you did try to get him back, or to sort out this situation that went completely wrong one way or another. And you kept trying to do that. And you were hurt. You were deeply hurt. And you were frustrated. And you kept shooting arrows, trying to hit the mark, trying to get it back, trying. And you kept missing. It didn't work out. It really just didn't work out. It wasn't just meant to be. Yeah. Maybe this is not exactly for everyone. I mean, yeah, it's not a personal reading. It's for a lot of people. But I do feel for a large group of you, you will recognize at least something in this story. A tendency, a dynamic in this story. Maybe this is how you deal with situations when it comes to love and relationships and when things go wrong or whatever. But I do really feel for a large group of you, this is a similar thing to this actually happened. And that led you to feel like this and to behave like that. And that's going to work against you. So that's a bit what is behind it, and that might be triggered again in August. And I really do think that this has to do with the all these energies that we're still going to have in August, right? What I mentioned, the solar eclipse, the full solar eclipse especially, I think the 11th of August is going to affect our sense of self, how we see ourselves, how we feel about ourselves. What we stand for, etc., etc. And it's going to be a very powerful one from what I've understood. So I think this might get triggered and come up around that time, in the build-up to it, or afterwards, or whatever. I think it's to do with that. So don't despair. I mean, yeah, it's just, I really do think it's mostly to do with that. And just see it then as an opportunity to heal, to let go of this, if you recognize this, if it resonates with you. It's an opportunity to then work through it, to let go of it and change it to actually what it was said with this card and with that card as well, that see the light in everything, including in yourself, but also in other people, even in people who hurt you, right? That will help you to forgive and to heal. So you will feel better, and then shine your light again. Really shine your light again. Righty, don't give me too many dislikes. And thank you for watching. You know, if you do feel some resonance with this, please let me know. I'm really curious to know, right? And I do read these things, so, and if you liked it, if you can handle it, I mean, I know it's not a nice message, but then please give me these thumbs up. And then I'm going to move to the number 3 after I've had a brief break. Righty, number 3, who chose the Madagascar Carnelian Hearts. Let's see, feminine energy. Let's go into it. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I'm at 35 or 36 minutes right now, and when we get to 46 minutes, it will automatically go into a second video recording. I can't help that. It might happen during your reading. If so, then I will put the link to the second part in this video, also underneath in the description box, the link, but also in this video, so you can then directly click on it and go to part 2 to watch the rest of your reading. We will lose out about 5 or 10 seconds. I can't help that either. I'm sorry about that. I had wanted to get it done in one, but yeah, it seems to be impossible. What we got for you for January, August is Sanctuary. That's where I get the January from. Sanctuary and the Forest. And with this, I feel quite a lot that you're being a bit stressed out, and you need to take a breath, to take find a sanctuary in the outdoors, a place to breathe, connect to nature where you can relax and recuperate and just breathe and be and chill. And I feel that you really are busy preparing still to get ready for, I suppose, love, because it's a love reading. You're still preparing to get ready to manifest that. So in that sense, I don't think you are quite really ready for it yet, or thought you weren't ready for it yet. Yeah, that will the coherence of that will come with the other cards that I'm going to get to. But this is basically, he's painting, right? He's painting, and he knows that he has to do it, that he had to get the shelter and get a fire going and get all these different colors paint together in order to do that. And then he can finally, when he got that stuff together and he has it all sorted, which is the preparation phase, then he can start manifesting what he wants to express, the painting. So I feel that you are in that stage, basically, prepping for, to go outwards, to then express yourself in the outside world, because then you are ready again to manifest love, to start dating or start seeing someone or just get a relationship, which basically actually ties in with the Carnelian sacral chakra. It's also about that. About going out, right, and being ready, etc., relating emotions. And then we have Oya, which is then deliverance, and then well, look at the chaos around her, all these swirling clouds and the debris in there, and she's reaching out to you. That's also why I got this sense of stress, and she comes to you to lend a hand, she reaches out to get you out of that chaos and confusion and chaos and stuff. Basically, she can deliver you from that, right? She gets you through that into a calmer, quieter place, like this forest where you can breathe again and catch your breath again. And what can help with that is also then the awareness card, the inner peace. To me, this is inner peace. This is about moonstone. The plants, I don't know. I also feel that isn't really important, so I'm not even going to look it up. But this path is also, there is your inner light is shining there. Your sanctuary, again, sanctuary, that inner peaceful place. This also spoke of sanctuary, by the way, finding that in nature, a place where you feel quiet and calm and safe, and like a sanctuary. And this again, so that is really important. To don't lose touch with that. Don't lose touch with that. And if you feel you don't have that yet, then it's important to get there, within, but also without, because this is basically speaking of finding that in the outside world, that once you have it on the inside, also find it in the outside world, because then there is a connection then between the internal and the external, which is very important if you want to be able to relate, right? If you want to make a connection with someone. With the romance angels, we have this. We have let your friends help you. And the chemistry card. And then I was a bit confused about this when I saw that. It's like, okay, you were still prepping. In a way, I feel you weren't really quite ready yet for something, because you were still preparing. So then then what? And then there is going to be this strong magnetic attraction, the chemistry. And maybe you will meet someone through your friends, I'm not certain. But I feel that maybe this is the reason that you're going to meet someone that you really feel attracted to, or someone else is going to feel really attracted to you and going to really make a move, right? While you are actually still preparing, and then that can cause stress for you. That could be the reason why you are stressed out. And then maybe with your friends, you can find your sanctuary with your friends as well, to let them help you out, to guide you through that. Maybe your friends can fulfill this role of Oya to get you through that chaos. That internal chaos of, oh my God, I don't know what to do, and right. I really feel stress for you in that sense, right? When it comes to that, like, oh my God, I'm not ready yet, and all of a sudden there is this gorgeous man who's making a move on me. What the hell am I going to do? I got some cards to find out what is behind it, and then we got this Ace of Cups and Ace of Stones, which is Pentacles. This is self-esteem. Both is new beginnings. Aces are about new beginnings. This is about self-love. Ace of Cups, normally, right? Ace of Cups is about self-love and self-esteem, new beginnings. So new, again, new. And so to me, really feels like you were still getting ready. It's still really very early days for you to start dating or getting involved again, or whatever. Maybe you have been through a difficult period, and you were still recovering, and you've gotten a long way with that. All right, that's what I do feel. I do feel you've gotten a long way with that, and I do think you are ready for a new, romantic love interest. It's just that you aren't sure yet if you were ready for that. And I think that is what's causing this stress in this area, this confusion, stress, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So let your friends help you with that. They could be your sanctuary in that. And then I looked a bit further, like, then what? Because then in this in itself is beautiful. New beginning, all that stuff, self-love, self-esteem. So then what the hell is behind that? And then bang, there we have it again. Two of Vessels, Two of Cups, chemistry, attraction, magnetic attraction. Bang, there we have it. Confirmation. This is the Queen of Cups. To me, is also I wonder if you have had a pattern, or in a previous relationship basically sacrificed yourself a bit. That things were at your expense. Maybe that's also why you are now afraid to get involved again. afraid that that is going to happen yet again. And I'm saying that because the salmon, she swims upstream to spawn and in the place where she was born, and after that, because of the swimming upstream, she's going to be so exhausted that then she will die herself. So she's sacrificing herself. So I feel that maybe in a previous relationship you have done a similar thing. You sacrificed yourself, or at least you felt that you did that, and yeah, or you felt used or whatever. It wasn't nice, and you're afraid that that is going to happen again. You got hurt in love. You really got hurt in love, and you've worked so bloody hard to recover. You've really taken your time and you've done everything to recover and to find your feet again. And you've come so far. You really have gotten far, and I do think you are ready. And it looks like you are going to meet someone, or you have already just met someone, but otherwise I do think you are going to meet someone. Yeah. And it could be, like I said with the chemistry card, that they are going to make a move on you. If you're a woman especially, that the man is going to make a move. And then that throws you off kilter, like, oh my god, what am I going to do now? Let's see, we are likely almost in the second recording, or we already are. Can't see, I'm not certain. Yeah. I think we are about to go in there. I should have kept my eye on the screen. And I could wait if there is this break, this 10-second break, right? Then I had 2 more cards to get more clarity, and then again I see that you have been working really hard to find your feet again, to fine-tune, basically, to work on recovering, so you get it right the next time, because you really want to get it right. You want to improve your skills, make sure you know that you get it right the next time. But that is still new. It's still vulnerable in that sense as well. It's still fragile, because this is a very young newborn fawn, so it still needs protection. And so I do feel like this is what is causing stress, that you feel you're not ready because it's still really very fragile, and you feel vulnerable still about going out there again. So if then someone suddenly appears and it feels wonderful, it's like, oh my god.